What is critical race theory?
So critical race theory is the idea that white people have some kind of privilege and black people are naturally oppressed based on the color of their skin. That's it in a sentence. But then people will come back and say, no, what we're actually saying is that, you won't be discriminated against because of the color of your skin if you're white. That's what white privilege means. And even that isn't true, because like I say, I've worked in a lot of London schools and I've seen a lot of white kids be bullied because they're white. If you take that to a wider issue, we can address the grooming gangs.
Well, we've had a survivor of that on the show. Yeah.
So it absolutely is possible for anyone to be discriminated against based on the color of their skin. That is what racism is. So I don't think white privilege is a thing. I think white working class kids and white working class people in particular have been left behind in this country and almost forgotten about because it's unfashionable to address the situation. If you say you want to support white working class kids or white working class people in general, you are going to be perceived as a racist. What do you have against brown kids? Why don't you want to help the black kids or the Asian kids? And it's not about picking who you want to help. It's about looking at who's not doing well and trying to level the playing field. And we do that by introducing equality and stop treating brown and Asian kids differently. Stop treating black kids differently based on the color of their skin. That's the only reason white kids are left behind. It's not because we're not addressing them, it's because we're too busy addressing other people. If we treated all kids equally across the board and raised our standards for everyone, all kids would thrive. And that's the same in society, same issue in society that we see in schools.
And why is it that suddenly, I understand to a certain extent these ideas become popular in academia, but why is it they get filtered down into our education system? We've got enough of a battle trying to get kids to read and write and be actually literate by the time they come out of school. Why are we filling their heads with this stuff?
It's because well-meaning individuals want to make a difference and they want to be seen to be doing the right thing on one level. And on some level, there's people that want to be virtue signaling and showing everyone else how much of a good person they are. And the way to do that is to say that you are an anti-racist or to say that you believe that black people are oppressed in this country and that this country is systemically racist. But if you ask anyone, in what way is this country systemically racist? In what way are you held back by the color of your skin? Very rarely will you get an answer. People will say, well, the NHS is racist or the police are racist or education is racist. I'm like, well, okay, give me a prime example. And I like people to give me examples in education just because that's my field, but they never ever can. And the only thing they ever say to me is, well, I look in the textbooks and I don't see people that look like me. But that's just illogical because this is a country that's been predominantly white throughout its entire history. Of course, most people in British history will have white faces, but that doesn't mean you can't learn from them unless you are racist and you can only learn from people that look like you. That's quite an interesting take. And then people say, but I want representation. I want to see more people that look like me. I respond, well, be that person then. Be that role model for other people. If representation is important to you and you are, superficial diversity is an important issue for you, then be the brown face that's doing, computer science or whatever field you want to go into and be a role model for other people. But I don't think superficial diversity is important. I don't think we should be focusing on the skin color of people. I think we should be looking at what they've achieved and what they've brought to our society. People like Tim Berners-Lee, who invented the internet, the World Wide Web. People like that we should be celebrating as British icons. And we're not able to because he happens to be white. So we have to look for someone who's brown. And in education, again, we talk about replacing people like Mozart on the curriculum with Stormzy. Mozart, who happened to influence music, the way we compose music, the way we think about music, for decades. Stormzy, who has a popular song, Shut Up, Rude Boy, Shut Up. Not quite on the same level, is it? But he happens to be brown and popular, so of course, let's put him on the curriculum. To me, it's bonkers, and this is the fundamental problem with what's going on in society at the moment. It's all topsy-turvy, and I think most people see the world the way that we do, in a normal way, but we've been taken over almost by the woke mob, the virtue signalers who want to be seen to be doing the right thing and want to be seen to be good people in the eyes of each other. And they are the vocal minority. And, this is why, at the beginning you said to me, you piss a lot of people off. And I'm genuinely just talking normal common sense values as far as I see. I'm not trying to be controversial.